So the Hurt Business, which was Bobby Lashley, MVP, Shelton Benjamin, and Cedric Alexander, which was they were a stable during the pandemic COVID era. I think that's when they started. That's when they became a stable. But they made a pitch to good old Trips, and Mr. Levesque listened with bated breath for the next big black idea. And their idea was, let's bring back the Hurt Business, baby. And Triple H was like, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not sure. I haven't looked into, because I believe the accusations were more of a thing that was going on online. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if somebody made the accusations, like MVP or somebody like that. Somebody let me know in the chat if they could tell me. However, the accusations are out there that Triple H is racist because he won't bring back the Hurt Business. Now, let's be honest about the Hurt Business. I've seen a couple things. I wasn't really watching wrestling during the pandemic era, but Hurt Business. Not really a demand for them to come back. Not really that great. Didn't really move the needle as far as I'm concerned. Like, it wasn't something that brought me back. And I'm talking about my own anecdotal thing. But let's get into non-anecdotals, right? Bobby Lashley. Let's go through each member. Bobby Lashley. Great look. Sure. But honestly, hasn't gotten any better in 20 years in the ring or on the mic. To this day, he still talks like a first-year rookie. Not even like fresh out of NXT, like developmental first day in NXT. First promo. That's how Bobby Lashley talks. Never got better. Never got better in the ring. He does the same shit he's always done. Hasn't evolved. What's he evolved? That he wears pants now? His pants are shinier. He has a moniker, the Almighty. Bobby Lashley, boring. Always been boring. And despite being on TV for 20 years, hasn't gotten any better. One of those guys. Shelton Benjamin, great athlete. Yeah, maybe there's some nostalgia there when you see him come out. But again, let's be real. He's been a fucking personality void for what? Almost 30 years, 25 years maybe? 30 years might be pushing it. 25 years? Maybe that might even be pushing it. 20 years. Let's call it even 20 years. Shelton Benjamin hasn't gotten better on the mic, hasn't gotten better as a personality. Again, great athlete. He can do amazing shit in the ring. But what does it matter if you're boring? If you're boring behind the mic? This is wrestling. It's not the Olympics. Cedric Alexander. Flippy-do guy. Another flippy-do guy with no personality, more or less. That's more or less what you can say about him. MVP, great talker, but hasn't evolved really in 20 years. Like, we're talking about three guys that make up the majority of this group that are dudes that haven't evolved in 20 years. And to be honest, I don't see there being much of a demand for the Hurt. Who else wants them to come back? Maybe a couple stragglers, but I don't really see a big, we need the Hurt Business back. They're gonna change things. They're gonna make things more entertaining. I don't really see it. So I could understand why Triple H wouldn't be so quick to bring them back. I don't think there's much to them. I don't think, maybe during the pandemic era they helped, sort of keep it entertaining, but that's not a gauge on whether or not they were, They were making money. Was the Hurt Business making a lot of money? I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, to call Triple H a racist, I think is a bit of an overstatement. At least what we're seeing right now, based on this, at least. Because you look at the card. Literally last week, I called my last review. I had to call it Friday Night Blackdown because a third of the or 2/3 of the card were Black and Hispanic people. Like, there's more Black and Hispanic wrestlers right now on the main roster than there's ever been. Ever. Sometimes you get surprised when you see a white guy walk out. So yeah, I just don't accept that just because WWE didn't accept their idea, it's racism. That's bullshit. I guaranteed a lot of bullshit gets approved in WWE, but WWE doesn't want to actually approve it. But they're afraid of the racism accusation, so they approve it. I think I could see it going more the other way. Well, all right, we got to approve it because of this reason right here. It's this affirmative action, DEI ingrained mentality that bleeds over to everything. That bleeds over to wrestling. It bleeds over to entertainment in all aspects, sports, your everyday lives, and the corporations you guys probably work for. So, of course, it's going to happen in WWE. And of course, when a Black person doesn't win a championship, it's racism. It's just be entertaining. Fucking entertain us. Now get out there and tap dance for us, huh? But yeah, if they were to ask for their release, I'd give it to them. They're a cancer in the locker room. That type of mentality is a cancer in the locker room because greatness doesn't have a color. And if you're great, you're great. And people are going to like you and people are going to demand for you if you're great.